Welcome student, welcome to our YouTube channel Chemistry Table. If you don't want to miss any mark from this chapter 3 acid base salts in your board examination ICSE class 10, then don't skip this video because today I'm going to discuss the most important topic. This topic today that I will discuss is the most important for your board examination. If you check the previous year, most of this question from this chapter came from this topic. So today I will going to discuss the classification. Though in the previous part 1 and 2 also there are some classification, but today I will going to discuss the most important classification of the acid. So you cannot tell the classification of the acid in one type. In previous part I already discussed two types of classification of acid. Now today I will discuss the another type of classification. Okay, so in the last part of the video I will give a common question, that is the most common question for your ICSE board. I will give at the last of this video, so watch it properly. First, don't read this any definition. It is written because after discussing the concept you have to note down this definition only. It is the main purpose to written this on the board. So first, clear your idea, that is clear your concept. Don't read this line all. See, first we have basicity. Now today our main topic is, give focus, our main topic is classification of an acids. Classification of an acids. Okay, in the next part I will complete the bases and the next part then salt. Today our main focus on acid. But what is the term base? Today our main topic is acids, but try to understand in this term basicity one word is there, that is base. So try to understand. Suppose you choose an acid HCl. Okay, how many hydrogen atom is here? 1. So though it is acid, though it is an acid and it contain 1 hydrogen, so it is called monobasic acid. So try to understand. To define the acid you have to use the term basic acid, monobasic acid. So memorize this term monobasic acid. So monobasic acid means generally 1 hydrogen. Listen again, generally 1 hydrogen. In this part I will discuss in depth the main concept of the basicity, but at starting I want to discuss the primary concept. If generally 1 hydrogen, this is called monobasic acid. If there are 2 hydrogen, suppose H2SO4, how many hydrogen? 2, so it is called dibasic acid. So try to understand. 1 means mono, 2 means di. Suppose oxalic acid, COOH, how many hydrogens? 2, so it is also an example of dibasic acid. If 3 hydrogens are present, tribasic acid. More than 3, you can tell it is polybasic acid. So try to understand the basic concept. So what is basic acid? Monobasic acid, if 1 hydrogen, generally 2 hydrogen dibasic, 3 hydrogen tribasic. I'll give all example later. So we already understand this term. Now our main term is basicity. So if I'll ask a question, what is the basicity of this acid? Answer is 1. What is the basicity of this acid? 2. Do you understand? Okay, so now if I'll ask you this H3PO4, what is the basicity of this acid? Tribasic acid. So its basicity is 3 and it is also called tribasic acid. Do you understand the primary concept? So note down it first. Don't note down this definition. First primary concept, what is monobasic, dibasic, tribasic, and their corresponding basicity. Done? Okay. Now, this is the definition that is written. It is the definition of basicity. It is written. So read. Then I will explain one by one. This is the definition of basicity. Okay. Look at the board. The basicity, each word I will explain. Okay. The basicity of an acid is defined as the number of hydronium ions that can be produced by the ionization of one molecule of that acid in aqueous solution. Okay, just I read this line, but the concept is, look at the board. Suppose you have HCl. Suppose you have HCl. Now all of you know, if you cleavage HCl, it will form H plus Cl minus. Basic concept. But now can you tell me, if you have HCl and you dissolve this HCl into water, what will happen? Look at the board. HCl that produce two ions. Now since HCl produce H plus, and now in second concept we have water, this H plus, clear your concept, H plus produce these two. So in HCl we have H plus and Cl minus both. In HCl we have both. Now when you dissolve this HCl into water, what will happen? This HCl combined with water. Now see, how many hydrogen? 2, and here 1. So H3 and then O, and here plus also. So what will happen? HCl normally dissociate and form H plus Cl minus. Now when you will dissolve this HCl into water, it also contains these two HCl. So this H plus combined with water, 2 hydrogen and 1 hydrogen, 3, and O, and plus is here, H3O and this plus, along with Cl minus. Okay, so now tell me, what is the number of hydronium ion? This is called hydronium ion, written hydronium ion. Hydronium ion. So tell me, when you will dissolve this HCl into water, what is the number of hydronium ion produces? Only one, not more than one. So 1. So that is why, what is the basicity? Again read. Basicity of an acid is defined as the number of hydronium ion that can be produced. Hydronium ion produced. What is the number of hydronium ion? 1. So that is why HCl is mono basic acid. Do you understand? If HCl will produce 2 hydronium ion, then its basicity is 2, that is dibasic acid. Do you understand? Again another example. See, suppose H2SO4. All of you know, if it is cleavage, how many hydrogen? 2. So 2H plus and SO4 2 minus. So already sulfuric acid contains these 2 ions, but when you dissolve this sulfuric acid into water, read the last line, in aqueous solution means in water, so it contain already these two, SO4 2 minus. So look at the board, it contain already how many hydrogens? 2. So here one water, give focus, one water molecule attached with one H plus. So we have then H3O plus. You have to take 2 water. Second water molecules again combined with the H plus. So again another H3O plus will form. So 2H plus combined with 2 water and SO4 2 minus left. So how many hydronium ion will form here? 2. No? So that's why, what is the basicity of sulfuric acid? 2. So read again the definition. The basicity of an acid is defined as the number of hydronium ion that can produced when by the ionization. See, ionization. One molecule, you must take only one molecule, not more than one. You can take more than one water molecule, but only the main compound one. One molecule of that acid in where? Aqueous. Okay, so whenever, listen, that is the main difference. Whenever this question will come in exam, define basicity, that I told in the previous video how to score more than 98% mark in your board ICSE class 10. Watch this video. In that video I told several number of the mistake that you made. Okay, so in class 9, so try to improve yourself, and in that previous part also I discussed so many topics what to avoid during the study of class 10. The class 10 and 9 both are different. So whenever this question will come in exam, define basicity. All of the student, most of the student write down the same definition, but you have to underline the keywords. First, second, third, fourth. Four keywords are there. So underline the keyword using the pencil. This is the way to write in your board copy. Okay, and you can give any one of the example. This example or the previous that I discussed, HCl. Okay, so this is the full concept about the basicity for board, how to write down the answer along with the example, but example must be one, either HCl or H2SO4. Okay, done. Now, so note down this definition. So your first heading of today's class is basicity. Underline first, note down the monobasic that I discussed, monobasic, basicity, then note down the definition along with the examples. Now, our next topic, classification of acids. Classification of acids. Okay. First classification is monobasic acid. See, already I discussed monobasic acid. So I'll tell you the definition. Wait, first clear again the concept. So you pause the video and try to definition of this monobasic acid yourself. Okay, so don't memorize the definition, pause the video and try to tell this definition of the monobasic acid. Now, what is a monobasic acid? That I already told. If any acid when dissolved in aqueous medium produce only one hydronium ion, that is called monobasic acid. Now, what is the way to determine it is monobasic or dibasic or tribasic acid? If only one hydrogen generally present with the acid, it is called monobasic acid generally. So HCl is an example of monobasic acid. Okay, so write down the definition of monobasic acid. Now, it is already written. For your better understanding, note down it. I will already discuss the concept. Monobasic acid means I already discussed this concept. Monobasic, that I discussed, no? Water. When you dissolve in water, it will produce only one hydronium ion. See. Now, look at the board. Monobasic acid, this is the definition. Acids which on ionization, see, HCl on ionization, H plus Cl minus, no? So when dissolved in water, these water molecule and H plus only combined. 2 hydrogen and 1 hydrogen, so 3 hydrogen, these O and plus plus. Cl minus left behind here. So on ionization, where in water, see, produce one hydronium, how many? One hydronium ion, that is this one, per molecule of the acid are known as monobasic acid. So if this definition will come, then underline these two words, in water and produce one hydronium ion. So example, one of the examples. So if this question will come, don't write down the example like that, example is HCl. No, show in this way. You can write example, HCl is a monobasic acid. After this, show this equation. HCl combined with water form H3O plus and Cl minus. So we have HCl also. See how many hydrogen? 1. So if one hydrogen, one H3O plus will form because one hydrogen combined with water. Another example, HNO3, name is nitric acid. Another example, HBr. See, here also one hydrogen, here also one hydrogen. Okay. Another most important example. Another most important example is acetic acid. Look at the board. As I told, monobasic acid contain one HCl. Generally what I used, monobasic acids contain generally one H. See, one H, because why? This one hydrogen when dissolved in water produced one H3O plus. So one H3O plus, one H3O plus, one H3O plus. See the definition, one hydronium ion. But it is acetic acid. Acetic acid. In acetic acid, how many hydrogen? 4. So how is it possible to become monobasic acid? Here only 4 hydrogen. So it is tetrabasic acid. Tetra means 4. Mono, di, tri, tetra. It is tetrabasic acid? No. Answer is it is monobasic acid. Why? So this exception is important. Give focus. So from this concept we can rectify the concept. What is the rectification? Initially I told the number of H that present into the acid, 1H, so monobasic acid. Now not only the number of H, the number of ionizable the number of ionizable hydrogen. Okay, most of the students don't have the clear idea about the ionizable hydrogen. What is ionizable hydrogen? See, here total 4 hydrogen atoms are there, but only ionizable hydrogen is 1. How will you identify among these 4 which one is ionizable? Look at the board. You cannot get this concept anywhere. Ionizable hydrogen means when the hydrogen atom attached to it, plus means attached to it electronegative elements like fluorine, chlorine, oxygen, nitrogen, sometime bromine also, but mainly fluorine, chlorine, oxygen, nitrogen. So see, look at the board. These hydrogen attached with oxygen and these hydrogen attached with carbon. So ionizable hydrogen means when hydrogen attached with electronegative element fluorine, chlorine, oxygen, nitrogen. See, here hydrogen attached with electronegative oxygen, this oxygen, but here carbon is not electronegative element. Electronegative, consider only these 4 or 5. So since here only one hydrogen attached with electronegative oxygen, so it has only one ionizable hydrogen. Since it has only one ionizable hydrogen, that is why it is monobasic acid. Do you understand? Here only one, so no exception, one hydrogen, monobasic acid. But in the case of acetic acid, though it contains 4 hydrogen, but among these 4 only one hydrogen attached with electronegative oxygen. That is why it contain one ionizable hydrogen atom. So this is the very, very important question. Note down the question. In acetic acid, 4 hydrogens are present, but it is monobasic acid. Explain. Okay, most important question. So done, exception done. Okay, now last point about monobasic acid. Last point. Now we completed already main concept of monobasic acid. Now the last concept of monobasic acid. Keeping in your mind, monobasic acid cleavage only in one step. Okay, only in one step means, suppose it is an acid. When this acid react with, suppose, any base, any OH base, sodium hydroxide, or it is also called caustic soda. Now see, H plus, it contain H plus. So all of you know, when acid and base reacts, it will form salt and water. First identify water. Water means H and OH. So water will form, and see NaCl left. So NaCl means salt, because salt and water will form. Okay, now now see, whenever these HCl dissolve in water, it will complete in one step. One step means HCl means H plus, Cl minus. In a single step, this H attached with water, and Cl minus ion will form in single step. Now you can ask me, what is the significance of this single step, or what is the significance of this line? Whenever I will discuss the dibasic acid, tribasic acid, then you can understand what is the importance of this line. First, try to understand in this, acid react with base, always produce salt and water. First identify the water and write down it, and the rest of the two atoms combine to form salt in one step. Now our next concept is see, it is monobasic acid. If you change it to dibasic acid, can you write the definition? Pause the video, and in the same way write down the definition of dibasic acid. Look at the board. First pause the video and try to write. Acid which on ionization in water produce, see, instead of 1 write 2, because di, 2 hydronium ion per molecule of the acid are known as dibasic acid. Do you understand? Just same definition, same way. Okay, now the examples. So tell me, generally monobasic acid contain 1 hydrogen. So generally dibasic acid contain how many hydrogen? 2 hydrogen. Example is sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid. Second example is H2SO3. Its name is sulfurous acid. Sulfurous acid. Okay. Third example is oxalic acid, that I already told. See, sulfuric acid 2 hydrogen, sulfurous acid 2 hydrogen, oxalic acid 1 2. Name is oxalic acid. So these are 3 examples. Okay, can you give the another example? Sulfuric acid, sulfurous acid, oxalic acid. Another example is H2CO3. Name is carbonic acid, that used in soft drinks. I already told in another part. Carbonic acid. Okay, so these 4 examples are very important for our board. So definition done, example done. Okay. Now my question is, in the monobasic acid I told it ionized in how many step? 1 step, no? So look at the board. Look at the board. Suppose we have sulfuric acid H2SO4. So it is monobasic or dibasic? Obviously dibasic. When it dissolve in water, first try to understand. H plus ion is here. So 1 H plus. Okay, first you tell me how many hydronium ion will form? 2, no? But first take 1. 1 H plus combined with water, 1 water, it will form H3O plus. No? So which one is left? Give focus. We have 2 hydrogen, but take H, only 1. 1 H combined with water form H3O plus. Now here 1 H left, 1 H along with SO4. So since it is plus, it is minus. Done? Okay. In second step, again take this HSO4 minus and again give second molecule of water. It is first. It is second molecule of water. See, another H, no? Another H combined with this water produce another water molecule. Now SO4. SO4 minus. Already 1 minus is here. So another new minus. So 2 minus. So see, that I told in previous case, monobasic acid cleavage in a single step. Since it is dibasic acid, it cleavage in 2 steps. Tribasic acid cleavage in 3 steps. Tetrabasic acid cleavage in 4 steps. Do you understand? Okay. Now, okay, tell me, this is what? This is acid. Important point for board. Give focus. This is an acid. Okay. Now all of you know here when it dissolve in water, since it is dibasic, produce 2, but 2 hydronium ion in 2 different steps. So monobasic acid dissociate or ionized in 1 step, dibasic acid dissociate or ionized in 2 steps, tribasic acid dissociate or ionized in 3 steps. Do you understand? Okay, done. Now, yes, another point regarding this dibasic acid. Tell me, as I already told in case of monobasic acid, when an acid react with a base, it will form what? Salt plus water, no? Okay, first identify the water. See, important for board. Water. Water means H and OH. OH we have, but here 2 because it is dibasic, no? So acid plus base produce salt and water, but water means HOH. So don't take 2H, take 1H. H and OH produce water, no? And so salt is Na is here and here HSO4. So see, Na is here and here which one is left? 1H is left. So HSO4. So this is salt, no? Wait. Now, in second step again take this one NaHSO4. Again give another base. Okay. Now, again it will form water. So OH and take this H. So H and OH water. Now which one is left? Tell me. After taking this H, NaSO4 left and here also another Na. So Na2, see Na2 and this SO4. Do you understand? So wait, very important for your board. Monobasic acid cleavage in 1 step, that I told, note down it. Dibasic acid cleavage or ionized in 2 steps. But whenever we have dibasic acid, it is dibasic acid. Dibasic acid, this acid when react with a base, salt plus water will produce. So water means HOH. Now which one is left? Na. Here 1H, NaHSO4. Okay, now can you tell me, in acid which atom must be present? in acid which atom must be there? Obviously H, no? So see, acid plus base react to form salt and water, water and salt. But in this salt, since one acidic element, acid means H, acidic element is there, that is hydrogen, so it is called not only salt, it is called acidic salt. So this is the important point. When any dibasic acid reacts with an base, forms salt and water, salt is first acidic salt. In second step, since it is acidic salt, that is acid, react with base, so again form water and salt. So again, because it is acidic salt, so that means acid is there. So when acid react with base, produce water and salt. So now tell me, in this salt any H or acidic element is here like the previous case? No. So it is normal salt. It is called salt or normal salt. Do you understand? So it is very important point. When dibasic acids react with a base, in first step produce acidic salt, because two H are there. In first step only one H remove. See, two H are there. In first step only one H remove. So when any dibasic acid react with base, in first step produce acidic salt, and in second step produce complete salt, that is normal salt. Okay, so now it is done. I will tell exception, but later. Wait, can you write down the definition of tribasic acid? Same, an acid which on ionization in water produce 3 hydronium ion per molecule is called tribasic acid. Okay, now can you tell me, suppose I choose a tribasic acid, example H3PO4, phosphoric acid. What is the name? Phosphoric acid. Phosphoric acid. Okay, now tell me, give focus, H3PO4, when, since it is phosphoric acid, when it react with a base, what will happen? When any acid react with a base, it will form water. So in first step, try to find out the water. See, water means H and OH. Water means, in water, H and OH, actually H plus and OH minus. See, we have already OH, so H, take only one H here. So water we have. Now which one is left? Here Na, so write here Na, and here how many H left? 2, because we already take 1, so H2PO4. Okay, can you tell me, acid plus base produce water and salt. Now tell me, it is normal salt or acidic salt? See, H is there, so it is also acidic salt. Do you understand? So take it again in step 2, NaH2PO4. Since it is already acidic, so take another base. So it is acid because acidic salt. Acid plus base again form water. Okay, so water means again OH and 1H. See, another H also left. So which one is left behind here? Na from here, and here another Na. So Na2, 2 hydrogen was there previously. So you already take 1 because OH and H. So another hydrogen left, Na2HPO4. So tell me, it is acid because acidic salt. Acidic salt plus base, salt plus water, all of you understand, but it is salt. Can you tell me it is acidic salt or normal salt? See, H is there, it is also acidic salt. Do you understand? Now in the third step, again take this NaH, Na2HPO4, Since it is also acidic, so take base. So they produced water first. So water means OH and this H. Now which one is left behind? One Na and here 2Na. So Na3 and here PO4. Now tell me, it is normal salt or acidic salt? No hydrogen is there, so it is normal salt. So do you understand the concept? If you have monobasic acid in single step, you can complete everything. If it is dibasic, first step, if it is dibasic, first step produce acidic salt. Dibasic means 2, no? First step acidic salt, second step normal salt. Tribasic, first step acidic, second step acidic, third step normal. So can you tell me what will happen in tetrabasic acid? First step acidic salt, second step acidic salt, third step also acidic salt, fourth step it will form normal salt. So do you understand what is the importance of this concept? Okay, so now, okay, I have a question for you. Tribasic acid cleavage in how many steps? Obviously 3, no? Monobasic acid cleavage in 1 step, dibasic cleavage in 2 step, tribasic cleavage in 3 step. How? See, it is an tribasic acid. First step, give only 1H, or if you choose water. So first step, it will give only 1H. This 1H combined with water form H3O plus. And which one is left behind? 2H and PO4. First step. Second step, you choose this one also. Again dissolve water. So second step, again 1H and water, H3O plus. Which one is left behind? Here 1H, PO4, new minus, here another minus and another new minus will form. You take again this PO4 2 minus. Third step again give, first step give 1H plus combined with this. Second step give another new H plus combined with water form hydronium. Third step give last H combined with water form H3O plus, and again another minus. Already 2 minus we have, so we have 3 minus. So do you understand? This is the main concept of tribasic acid. Now according to our syllabus, we have mainly monobasic, dibasic, tribasic. Tetrabasic is not important and it will not come in exam according to our syllabus, but only you have to memorize. You have to memorize one example. I will tell this example later, but first you tell me. H3PO3, name is phosphorus acid. If H3PO4 is there, it is called phosphoric acid, that I told. Okay, now try to understand the structure of this compound. Okay, see, how many hydrogens? 3, no? So tribasic. How many hydrogen? 3, tribasic. But I told no, I'll tell one exception. See, the structure of these phosphorus acid, center P, so write P. How many oxygens? 3 oxygens. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. But here we have total 4 bonds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you can understand why this compound contains 4 bonds. We have a theory in class 11, VAC theory. From this theory you can predict the number of bonds. So it is not regarding to our syllabus of class 10. We will understand this in class 11. So keeping in your mind, phosphoric acid or phosphorus acid, in both cases P contain 4 bonds. Done. How many oxygens? So 3 given. In any bond you can give 3 given. How many hydrogen? 3. So give 1 here. Okay. Another here. Another here. Okay, I already told in the previous chapter, keeping in your mind, oxygen always form double bond. Actually this is wrong. Oxygen can form double bond. No, oxygen can form two single bond also. It is also right. Oxygen can form double bond in one side or single bond in both sides. See here, oxygen, here one bond, here another bond, here one bond, here another bond. And so 3 hydrogen is already over. So now what will happen in case of this oxygen? We have to form two bonds. So now in this oxygen form double bond. Do you understand? So since we have already 3 hydrogen over, so here no any other atom are present, so these oxygen form double bond with phosphorus. So memorized, it is not important for our board of class 10 because it is the very hard concept for board. In class 11 we have this theory, VSEPR theory, but right now just memorize the structure of phosphorus acid. One double bond, one single bond OH, another single bond OH, another single bond H. Now look at the board. 3 hydrogen, so tribasic acid. But I told not only the hydrogen, don't count the number of hydrogen. I told count the number of ionizable hydrogen. Now what is ionizable hydrogen? When hydrogen attached with electronegative fluorine, oxygen, nitrogen, chlorine. See here attached with oxygen, but this hydrogen not attached with electronegative element. Electronegative element means fluorine, chlorine, nitrogen, oxygen, all. So these two hydrogen only attached with electronegative element. That's why like acetic acid, in phosphorus acid, though the number of hydrogens are 3, but among these 3 hydrogen only 2 hydrogen attached with electronegative oxygen. That is why it is an example of dibasic acid. It is not an example of tribasic acid. Do you understand? Exception. Now come to this example, H3PO4. So P, how many oxygen? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many hydrogen? 3. 1, 2, 3. Can you tell me what will happen in this case? Because oxygen must form two bond. So since hydrogen is over, so it will form double bond. Now see, here all the hydrogen attached with electronegative element. So it is tribasic acid. So in both cases 3 hydrogens are present, but it is dibasic, it is tribasic because here only 2 hydrogen attached with electronegative element. Do you understand the exception? Yes, this is very important for your board. Note down it properly. Okay, so done. Now so now last one question that I told, no, example of tetrabasic acid. Okay, last point, tetrabasic acid. So tell me, in tetrabasic acid how many hydrogen molecular hydrogen atom will be there? Tetra means 4. So in tetrabasic acid these. So example of tetrabasic acid is silicic acid. Example of tetrabasic acid is, sorry, C it is silicic acid. Okay, now the formula of silicic acid, you can tell silicic acid means tetrabasic. So tetrabasic means how many hydrogen? 4. So done. S4 silicic. Silicic what came from silicon. C SiO4. So you can write in this way, it is silicic acid, or you can write in this way also. See Si, how many O? 4. How many H? 4. So OH whole 4 you can write also. Both are same, both are silicic acid. So silicic acid, since in silicic acid, what is the structure of silicic acid? See, silicon, here also 4 bonds. How many OH? 4 OH. So put 1 OH, 2 OH, 3 OH, 4 OH. See, in all OH hydrogen attached with electronegative hydrogen. So 4 are acidic. So it is tetrabasic acid. Do you understand? Okay. So now as I told, at last I'll give one common question for board, for your coming board examination, write down the question. What is the basicity of phosphorus acid H3PO3? Explain. Okay, so you can comment only this answer. What is the basicity, not explanation. What is the basicity of the phosphorus acid? Note down and try to write down the answer of that question. Okay, so all of you I think know the answer is, in phosphorus acid 3 hydrogen are there. I already explained the answer, so I don't want to again tell. You comment the answer of the short question, what is the basicity only, and try to write down the explanation. To get this answer of this question or so many extra question, you can join our WhatsApp channel, link given in description box. After completion of this 50% chapter, I will start a question bank series. Okay, so for answer as well as for practice, you can join our WhatsApp channel, link given in description box. In the next day, I will come with the part 4 and slowly start the another concept of acid. Very important to concept. Most of the student think these two are synonymous: concentration of an acid, strength of an acid. No, concentration and strength both are not same, both are not synonymous. So in the next part I will discuss this. So you first prepare, watch this video, prepare your own note, try to write down the answer and prepare yourself. In next day I will come with this new concept. Thank you.